Gillespie here alongside head coach Jake McKinley, week 9 of the Coaches Show. Let's start off first by talking about the big win yesterday afternoon right here on Cartan Field. Sent 18 batters to the plate, scored 13 runs in the 6th inning to blow the game wide open. Ultimately won by a final of 20-5 over William Jessup. After last weekend's tough losses, what does that win yesterday mean for the team?
I think it just kind of gets us going in the right direction. Obviously, calling a spade, the weekend was tough for us. I mean, it was kind of one of those weekends where we played probably the worst we've played all year, and Lewis Clark State probably played the best they've played all year. So, to come back after taking your lumps like that and make that kind of statement, I think, it speaks to the character of our guys and, the willingness to do whatever it takes to get back on the right track. And yesterday in that game, we were uncomfortable for a bit. I mean, in the 5th inning, we're behind in that game, and fortunately the bats came alive. But one thing I will say about this group is they're pretty resilient, and if they do fall behind in a game, they don't panic. They just kind of stick with the approach, and they did that yesterday. And fortunately, we came out on top.
And you got a big day out of senior Alex Tenorio. He was really a catalyst in that big offensive performance. All game long, he was 5 for 6, 8 RBIs, a grand slam in that 6th inning. Can you talk a little bit about his transformation from pitcher to hitter and the work he's done for you at the plate this year?
Yeah, absolutely. And he last year at the end of the year, he had thrown out the idea of becoming a two-way guy, and I'd never seen him swing a bat. And so he came in this fall and he showed us some things that looked promising. But he's really emerged as a guy that's somebody we want up at the plate. When the game's on the line, he gives a good at bat. And I think especially we saw yesterday with the grand slam. I want to say it was a 10 or an 11 pitch at bat. He fouled off some tough pitches, some borderline pitches, and eventually created a situation where he got a good pitch to hit, and he capitalized on it. So he's been tremendous in terms of making a transition from not being a position player for 3 years and then coming back and being an impact player on that side of the ball. So, good for him for, still believing that he's capable of doing that, and he's made a strong case for himself to be an everyday guy.
And then after the win yesterday and last weekend series, sit at 23-14 on the season, 4-8 in the conference with 16 conference games remaining. Big series coming up this weekend with Simpson, then you finish off with UBC, Oregon Tech, College of Idaho, all teams that are still in contention right now. How do you feel about things so far, and what do you look for in the second half of conference play?
Yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way in terms of how the schedule was set up. I think that, right out of the chute, we had Concordia, Corbin, Lewis Clark State, and I think those are 3 of the better teams in the conference, if not the best. So I think it was good for us to play some tough opponents early, and we've had a couple lopsided games that did not go in our favor. But I think we've got the kind of group that a game like that can be used long term to help us, and I think that our group is committed to that. So, moving forward, we still have some tough games in conference, but I think we're confident, and I think that we'll, before it's all said and done, we're going to have a really good idea of kind of who that core lineup is, and also we'll be playing our best baseball of the year. I think yesterday was hopefully the tip of the iceberg of what we can do down the stretch here as we make a push. Hopefully to still host the thing. We're totally within reach, and I think our guys have a tremendous amount of belief that it can still happen.
And finally, finish up with our featured senior this week, Josh Agins. Can you tell me a little bit about him?
Yeah, Josh is, he's been here since I got the job here. Josh is he's the ultimate team guy. He's got, one great tool and speed, and he, every time he's had opportunities to hit this year, he's done a really good job with at-bats. He was 2 for 2 yesterday. But he's the kind of guy, both on and off the field, he's a pleasure to be around. He's a great young man, and like most of our seniors, Josh is going to be super successful in his life because of a great work ethic, and he's the kind of guy that I think he's an easy hire for a manager of a corporation or something like that, because the guy works hard, he gets a job done. So Josh is a guy that I'm thrilled I've had an opportunity to coach for the last 2 years.
Very good. Thanks, and best of luck this weekend, Coach.
Thank you.